Sentire Media.
Welcome to the Stop Italian Sounding podcast, uncovering authentic Italian food. I'm your host, Robert Campana, and join me as we delve into the rich heritage of genuine Italian food, exploring its legends, history, and traditions. Through important tips and insightful interviews with industry professionals, you'll gain a deeper understanding of authentic Italian food. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stop Italian Sounding show, uncovering authentic Italian food. So, tradition, history, and artisanal know-how are typically the first things that come to mind when people think of Italian food and beverage products. But there's another side to this industry, a technological side that blends together innovation while respecting the tradition and history that we've all come to love and appreciate. So today, with our guest, Giuseppe Coletti, we're going to talk about how his startup company based in Naples, Italy, called Authentico, uses blockchain technology by adding value to Italian food and beverage producers while offering peace of mind to consumers because they're able to trace each step of the supply chain. So Giuseppe is a Neapolitan engineer and food tech enthusiast. He's considered one of Italy's leading experts on blockchain, which is applied to the supply food chain traceability. After a brilliant international career that led him to executive positions in major high-tech corporations from IBM to Apple, he's back in Naples, Italy, and founded Authentico, a startup that helps consumers around the world to not be fooled by Italian-sounding producers and supports Italian food companies in following the paths of transparency and sustainability thanks to technology innovation. So Giuseppe, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and for coming on the show.
Ciao, Robert. Thank you very much for involving me in this interview. And let me say, I want to congratulate you for your great commitment to protect real Italian food.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And for me, it's a passion as it is for you, I'm sure. So if we could just start by letting our listeners know a little bit about yourself. So who are you? What's your background? Kind of what is your journey towards Italian food and beverage products, specifically when it comes to protecting them?
Yes, as we shared, I'm Italian. I'm born in Naples. I'm an engineer, and I'm passionate about food. So we share together that very passion for Italian food. So I traveled so much, and I still travel all the time. And everywhere I go, I see that the love that people have for Italian food. As you know, Italian cuisine is the most beloved in the world. So at the same time, everywhere, I also see many products imitating Italian food. And I always wondered how this phenomenon could be stopped. As you know, in Italy, there is a very popular estimation that say that for every 3 Italian products sold around the world, 2 are fake or imitation. So all the food producer all around the world have realized that the commercial appeal of Italian food it's very high. So they made food that looks Italian but is not, so deceiving consumer. I understood that stopping Italian food product was impossible. But we thought that if we could inform the consumers who buy Italian food that the product they are about to buy is really Italian or not, we would probably stem the problem. This challenge, of course, is very difficult, because Italy today has 18, 19 protect geographical indication quality product and almost 500,000 specialty food. So being able to communicate such a large number of wine and food is quite impossible.
It is very difficult task, and you're correct in saying that it's about educating the consumer and I know that your company is committed to doing that, because the objective is not to stop, let's just say, the production of that, because that wouldn't be a realistic objective. The objective is more to be transparent, and I know that is exactly what Authentico prides itself on. Could you share your journey on how Authentico, which is your company, how it came into existence, and really what motivated the team to tackle the issue of Italian sounding?
Yeah, in 2014, while I listening to the radio talking about the Italian sounding phenomenon, an idea came to me. I had to help people who love Italian food understand the difference between authentic and fake food. So, together with the two friends, after a long research, we found Authentico, which has created with the goal to helping consumer all around the world recognize authentic Italian food. And we made a free app, the name is Authentico, that could be used to everyone while shopping for food. In fact, by simple scanning the barcode on the product packaging, our apps inform the consumer whether the product they are about to purchase is authentic or an imitation. And furthermore, our apps provide the most popular regional Italian recipe. We are talking about 100 recipe just for cooking the purchased product. Of course, we try to explain the product, how to cook, and also how to eat, because there is just a little bit killer application, as normally with tech says, that thanks to the app you can find out the real Italian restaurant all around the world. So there's a lot of function in that app.
Wow, that's amazing. Your app, believe it or not, I discovered in 2020 when I was doing a master's at the Cattolica University of Milan, and I did a research project on Italian sounding cheeses, and I mentioned your app, believe it or not, in my research project. I actually have it downloaded. It's really interesting. It's really cool. So you just simply scan the barcode of a product, and it tells you if it's Italian or not. Um, and it also has the recipes, as you mentioned, which I didn't know. So it must have maybe been a recent update. One thing, the name Autentico, the way you have it spelled, to me is quite interesting, because you have it spelled with an H, whereas in Italian, it's spelled without the H, but it's kind of a play on not a
Yeah.
play on words, but it's trying to show that you protect against these imitations. So that was done strategically, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And we involve the people, everyone, to fight the Italian sound, because thanks to a function in our app, there is a possibility to report suspicious product, simple by taking a picture and specify what you are looking for, and the picture will send it to our team, and we validate or not if the product is real or not, and this is entered into our huge database. So thanks to this, we are able to recognize imitation product year by year, growing year by year. Okay.
Okay. All right. Very, very interesting. So that kind of leads me to my next question that I had. So your app, the Italian sounding app, or to fight against the Italian sounding, is one of your solutions according to your website. You also have mentioned on the website trading, Certifood, and blockchain. So we kind of just talked about the app already. But what about the other ones? So trading, Certifood, and blockchain, when it comes to the solutions that your company offers.
Yes, Authentico app was created basically to support foreign consumer In the following years, we want to expand the use of our technology within Italy market. For an Italian, it's not enough to know that the product is made in Italy, but it is necessary to know the origin of the ingredients, the raw material. So in 2019, we built up a new platform using blockchain technology to track the entire journey of the food from farm to fork. So thanks to Authentico blockchain platform, the consumer can discover the true origin of the ingredients and also be reassured about food safety. Later, we extend our blockchain food traceability service to restaurant and pizzeria. This is a certi-food. Certi-food allow to tracking the supply chain so the customer can know the origin and the supplier of the ingredients on the menu in a restaurant.
Okay, very, very interesting. So is that available just in Italy, Certifood, and do you have the intention to expand to international markets?
Yes, we have a plan to extend to other markets. We started with some chain in Italy. One is very popular. Is Antica Pizzeria da Michele. Is
Oh, wow. Oh,
really
wow.
the
Okay.
most popular in Italy.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
yeah, and in we start in six pizzeria out in Italy, and now we expanded to all around the world inside Antica Pizzeria da Michele.
And what has the reception been from the owners of these establishments?
No, you know, Autentico, Antica Pizzeria da Michele, it's a chain, you know. So they start from the ingredient from Italy, and they want to communicate all around the world the origin of the ingredient. So they embrace the technology. To inform the consumer about the real origin of the ingredients they use.
So, just to explain simply, since your company's big with blockchain, I should say, how is blockchain? How does it work specifically in a simple way, and how does it work within the food world?
Yeah, the blockchain is a network more or less like internet, but is decentralized. Is like a ledger distributed all a network that records transaction across many computer. The key feature of blockchain is decentralization. So we don't have a single control entity. The transaction can be altered or can be deleted, and all the transactions are transparency. Okay, so are visible to anyone. So the blockchain has found a large application in the sector of supply chain food traceability because it allows a transaction to be recorded between the actor of the supply chain who pass the ingredients to each other from the field from the table. So for example, starting from the field, we can follow all the journey of the ingredients till our table.
So everything is very controlled because like you said, the transactions that are inputted in this blockchain cannot be deleted, correct?
That's correct.
Or modified. So the initial start of production of a specific product has to be extremely transparent, and that's also checked. I guess that's checked by who verifies that or checks that. Is that done by Authentico or is that done by third party, or how do we know what is going into blockchain is correct?
Of course, we ask all the actor to be um, eh, very confident about the data. We personally check all the steps, and thanks to to control every numbers, we are able to assure that all of the material starting about the quantity of material was totally transformed till the final product. Whatever it's needed, we have a partner. We have a digital certification partner of Italian. Italian and Rina is an Italian certification company. So, if needed, we can involve them to certificate. Sorry, the single data.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, the way this works is once everything is certified, at on the end product, is there a sort of logo or there would be a QR code? I'm assuming that somebody could scan and would be able to see all the steps. Is that how it works at the end?
Exactly. Of course, there is a balance between what you get from the field, and what you have from the product. So, only if the raw material is tracked from the origin can be tracked on the product. Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is great, and I hope you have a lot of success with this because I think this could be groundbreaking for people who put value into transparency and authenticity. How many companies do you work with? Like, how have these Italian companies been very receptive to your blockchain solution?
Yeah, what happened in Italy, but also all around the world, that the consumer have changed. They no longer trust in brands and claims on labels. Too many scandals have weakened the confidence of the consumer, especially in Italy. And furthermore, as you know, the sustainability trend, it's growing a lot, and this will be the real game changer for the food all around the world, but especially for Italian wine and food company. So, we record an increase about the application of the blockchain. Consider that last year the application of blockchain to the food sector grew up 23%.
Wow.
So, this suggests that now companies are reacting to the change.
Yes. So it grew quite a lot year over year.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a lot. It's a lot because okay, we start in 2019, and we start like an evangelist to say. Now, fortunately, we yeah, we are manage a lot of requests by the company.
And the companies that you work with that I guess use your technology, are those companies also that export around the world in the United States specifically, just because that's where I'm at? I'm just trying to think. Maybe if I were to see one, I would like to scan to see how it works specifically from my end, because it seems very interesting. So, do those companies export around the world? I guess they do, right?
Absolutely. We have currently traced over 40 supply chain in blockchain, and requests from Italian company that export are increasingly greatly because Italian company have understood that the transparency it's no longer a nice to have, but has become a must for consumer. So, also the request from abroad, a lot of distributor from abroad asking to the Italian company to have a product traced in blockchain.
And that was actually one of my questions. I guess the consumer behavior or the consumer mentality within Italy has gone in the direction of traceability and transparency, and you've experienced that in other markets as well, like you just said. Has there been any requests from distributors or buyers in the United States?
Yes, because of course, sometimes not only from Italy but also from other part of the world, also for organic product. In the past, there was a lot of scandal for a product that's not really organic. So now the importers want to be reassured about the quality of the product because, of course, they are involved on the quality. So, and what happened in the United States? A lot of companies that distribute Italian food created in Italy, but to their brand, they asking to be tracked because they don't want to be confused with Italian sounding producer. I
Exactly.
mean, so this could be always very increasingly.
So the producers are they definitely like this. If of course they produce things that are transparent and authentic, but then from the consumer side, once they know what that is, they could look for it. So I guess that would be the real challenge, correct? So like you kind of have to educate the people on what to look for when it comes to this type of technology, because it's something that's located on the packaging, on the label.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. For example, if we're talking about Italy, you know that in Italy, abroad, just the fact that the product is made in Italy is already a sufficient reason to purchase a product. In Italy, is completely different. Here, the consumer believe that a product is 100% made in Italy only when its ingredients are Italian. So, and this is an approach that we find also in France, for example. So we are see the same approach, a very nationality approach.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, I guess when you're used to products of a certain quality, you want to make sure you're paying for the specific thing you think you're paying for, and that's the whole point around this. The fact that they value those elements. So, how long did it take you to develop this? Could you provide some insights into maybe challenges that you faced during your study period, or key findings that shaped Authentico's strategy?
Yeah, we just to understand Italian sounding phenomenon. Yeah, we studied for 3 years, and starting from 2014 to just to 2017. But when will you understand during this period that we will never be able to completely counter the phenomenon of Italian sounding? Also, because Italian companies not capable of replacing all the fake product on the shelves all around the world with authentic product. And consider that in many countries, consumer buy imitation food, Italian food, with the same reason they buy fake Italian bags
Yes,
because they
yes,
cost less.
correct.
So it's a very important the information for us is essential. We believe that the information can help, of course.
This is all very new because a lot of times when people think of Italian food, they think of history, tradition, um, things that go back centuries or even millennia in some cases. But the fact that you're, let's just say, putting together history and tradition with technology and innovative side is something that I think a lot of people should know about Italy and about Italian products, food and beverage products in general. That you are using technology and innovation, to preserve its history, if you will. So the two are walking together. So within the world, I know there's an increasing demand for Italian products, and Autentico has to make the public aware, of course, of their technology. So what does Authentico do to make the public specifically aware of their technology so that people could realize the value that your blockchain technology solution offers?
Well, first of all, our customers' product are recognizable by our quality label on the pack. Yes, we have a quality seals on the packs. They say 100 Italian supply chain, traced in blockchain. But so this is just a label that helps the consumer to recognize the product that we certified. But of course, Authentico currently works with a lot of institution to try to work together to enlarge the knowledge about the innovation of blockchain technology to recognize real Italian product. About Authentico, of course, we communicate a lot on social media, but of course, we could do much more. But significant investment are needed. We hope that the Italian government can support us in communication, because sometimes we see a lot of money spent overall in the fair, but it's related to the chef, to the imported, but nobody cares about the consumer. Maybe we need more information with the target, the consumer.
I totally agree 100%, and that's why I asked that question. And you mentioned that you work with institutions, so that would be, of course, like a government institutions, I would assume. Do you find that, I guess, currently the government has a specific, let's just say, they put importance on blockchain? Do you think that they're going in that direction based on what you just said currently, or do you see it to be more of a challenge?
Okay. The current government has a very good approach about the product of Italian food. So finally, we have more investment and more attention to protect Italian food. Of course, the technology blockchain is it's just a little bit not easy to understand for everyone.
Exactly.
So we hope that soon will be more common, more popular.
Yes. Well, I'm glad to hear that the institutions are putting more of an attention on Italian food and the sustainability and transparency of it. So that's a good thing, because that's good also for people like me who live outside of Italy, in the United States in this case. So we have more peace of mind when we when we see something that it should be hopefully authentic. And your company makes things a little easier, not only with the app, but of course with the blockchain technology solution. What do you envision for what do you envision as the future of Authentico and the broader impact that it could have on the authenticity and integrity of Italian food products around the world?
I believe that the market is the king. Already today, more and more importers from abroad are asking Italian company to have a product tracked in blockchain, as we told before, because they want to be reassured about the origin and the quality. Traceability in blockchain is becoming a certification, just as BRC or IFS certification become years ago.
What are
Um,
BRC? I'm sorry, BRC.
BRC, yeah, BRC is a certification to export. Is a quality process of for the manufacturer of food, and so you cannot export in the United States, for example, if you don't have BRC, or you can export in UK if you don't have IFS certification. So the traceability in blockchain is becoming like that certification. So currently, the Italian company are motivated to track their product to sell more, to be considered transparent and innovative. But we believe that tomorrow this will be normal. So we're just waiting, sorry, that this process can involve, and probably next year we can talk about that like something quite normal.
Yes, well, I would love to have you back on the show and talk about how normal it's become. That would be a good thing. So I guess that makes sense what you just said in terms of specific certifications that Italian companies have to have, of course, to export to foreign markets such as the United States or the UK or elsewhere around the world. And blockchain is replacing other certifications or helping to obtain those other. You mentioned, for example, BRC. Is blockchain becoming like a substitution for that, or a
No, I don't
facilitation?
think. I don't think about substitution, but can helps, can be together. And the blockchain is a way to make a digitalization of all the processes. So it helps the company to obtain the certification also.
Understood. Understood. This has been a great conversation. We talked about technology and digitalization when it comes to blockchain with food, with Italian food, that most people they think of centuries old tradition. So I'm like I said before, I'm glad to see the two come together and work together. How could people specifically, I guess, find your work, or how could they follow what you do? Your contact information, or I know you said you have the app. How could they follow you?
Yeah, they can follow all the social. Just type in Authentico with the th, and my personal accounting. So everywhere to say Authentico, we are present here.
Awesome. So all the socials, and I'll put this in the notes of the show as well, the social medias and your
Thank you.
website as well, so people could follow what you do. And also, maybe I put a link also to the app. They could download your app, so they could, when they're shopping, they could scan products in the meantime and get recipes. I think that's pretty cool. Just one last question about the app, since I brought that up. How does that work when you scan a product? Um, I guess I don't want you to reveal any of your secrets, but how does it recognize if it's real or not? Because I'm just thinking, a lot of times supermarkets here in the United States, they will get, let's just say, a Parmigiano Reggiano. They'll cut it up and they'll put it in their own packaging. So it's not the packaging from Parmigiano Reggiano, but packaging that supermarket has, for example. So would it work in that case as well?
Yeah, we have a super database that check the barcode, and this is an international database. Thanks to this database, we can recognize the origin of the company that released the barcode. Of course, that is just to say this is a Italian company or not, but at the same time, we have a huge uh, imitation or fake product database that we collect thanks to our users. So, mixed by the international database, our fake database, we can match a lot of product. Of course, there is a third way. Sometimes we are not able to understand, so we just ask to make a picture within the app and send us, so we can reply normally within a couple of days, more information about the product.
Very, very interesting. So when it comes to the app, you rely a lot on the consumers to feed the information to you, so you could filter it down. Very, very cool. So everybody who's listening, I strongly suggest to download the app. That's something you could do immediately, and check, next time you go to the supermarket, what type of food you're getting when it comes to Italian food or Italian sounding food. Very, very good. Giuseppe, thank you very much for this conversation, for again taking the time out of your day to talk about this, because for me, talking about Italian sounding products compared to real products and educating the consumer is my mission, as it is for you. So I'm glad we were able to join forces today and talk about something that's so important and that has gained so much recognition, not only throughout Italy, but more or less starting to gain traction even here in the United States. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you to all your listener, and of course, I hope that we'll meet in person in
Yes,
Italy or in the United States. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I can't wait. If not, then we also have another conversation in the future talking about how this has become the standard.
very, very pleasure for me. Very pleasure.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the stories of authentic Italian cuisine. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast for more insights and interviews. Also, feel free to reach out with your thoughts or questions on our social media channels at Stop Italian Sounding or on our website stopitasounding.com. Grazie a tutti e alla prossima.
Sentire Media.
Hey,
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com, that's SENTIRE media.com, and find out how to submit your show.